Anti-Afro Svengalis, I was coming on here to give another update. My initial plan was to go into another evaluation of the Derek Chauvin trial, but there's been so much going on. I've been trying to keep up with the trial. I've been burning the midnight oil because for me, it doesn't make any sense to do a review on a trial if there have been hearings and motions and I haven't even had a chance to listen to them. For me, there's no context. If there have been rulings on the trial about what evidence will be introduced, what is the reasoning behind that, and I don't even know what transpired during the hearing. So I have to go back and listen. Otherwise, I just feel I'm just talking. So that's what I've been doing, burning the midnight oil. So something major happened. And I said, wait a minute, before I go any further, I'm going to have to do this video. You see the title. Not only did something happen during one of those hearings, there have been other situations that have occurred that have impacted our communities, and even more so, how the media has been handling it. I'm illustrating a point. I'm being very specific in not mentioning the names of people who have since lost their lives or experienced injury at the hands of the police. Because if I did, I would completely negate the purpose of this video. So if you're having immense difficulty or any difficulty listening to what I'm saying, I encourage you to challenge yourself to see if you can get through this video, because if you are able to sit through something that's incredibly challenging, that could be the first step. Now, sitting through something that's incredibly challenging when someone has good intentions is one thing. Sitting through something that's incredibly challenging when you know the purpose is to cause you harm, to verbally abuse you, to make your life hell, is two different situations. And unfortunately, some people have difficulty distinguishing between the two because they have been placed in this position of just pure reactivity. And this is why the media so infuriates me, with this piling on and this piling on of these incidents. But in the meantime, we get essentially nothing when it comes to even thinking about covering any sort of interim strategies or addressing what might be going on across our country in terms of what people are doing or have been doing trying to improve a situation, as if none of us out there have been working very hard throughout most of our lives to make things better. You would never know that, because this focus on keeping our people in emotional overload, there is a very high investment in that, because we are cut out of the solution equation when we are caught up in this emotional overload, relegated to the sound bites and clickbait and headlines, seeing us going off and screaming and being emotional. Who hasn't been in a situation? There is nobody on earth that can be so calm, cool, collected, every single moment of every single day, regardless of what's coming at you. It's timing, it's placement, situation, circumstances. That is what I'm talking about. That is what we need to focus on. How can we be in a position to be taken seriously, be heard, and be part of any sort of discussion or strategy that's going to move towards even a potential solution? And it is not going to happen overnight. We cannot force it physically to happen. People can come up with all of their fantasies about physically overthrowing and insurgency. Okay, You can have those fantasies, but you know what happens when you take those fantasies onto a public stage and people let you continue writing with it? It goes on and on and on, and it can end up in a situation where people might indeed take you seriously when it comes to you talking about arming up and threatening. It ends up happening. You get arrested. You get charged. Because there is no country on this earth. We can slam the U.S. all we want. Name me a country where they allow, where they tolerate anybody threatening the government with insurgency. Now, we know there's revolution and, governments are taken over. That's happened. So if you are threatening something like that, does that mean you have the tools, you have the infrastructure, you have the man/woman power to do that? If not, you really shouldn't be talking about it, because all that's going to happen is you're going to get, what's going to happen. Ask Grandmaster Jay what's going to happen. Does that mean you just sit back and accept whatever comes your way? No. Be part of some sort of situation where change is most likely to happen. And we can't sit here and say change has never occurred. We cannot say that. That would be false. Are we saying that we're satisfied with what's occurred so far? We can say absolutely not. Do we have more to do? For sure. Be part of a solution, not exacerbating or perpetuating the issue. And you do that if you remain in emotional overload. And of course, I did not want to end this video without letting you know there's a very interesting website. It has the Emotional Well-Being Toolkit from the National Institutes of Health. It leads to many resources that you can look into. People have different interests, and this website absolutely meets that demand for diverse level of interest. I encourage everyone to go there, see if there's anything there that interests you. I'm sure there is going to be something that everybody can get something out of. Absolutely. You have to know. There is always going to be more to come. Check out the website. In the meantime, you know the drill. Buyer beware.